everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are brand new here. In today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how I edit my Instagram photos for my feed. It's taken me a long while to find the apps that I enjoy using to edit my photos, but nonetheless I thought I'd show you guys how exactly I edit them and give you guys some kind of tips and tricks on how to get your photos to fit that kind of aesthetic feed. So before we get into the video, if you are brand new here, hello, my name is Sarah, welcome to the channel. If you want to subscribe down below, please feel free to, and click the bell so you'll be notified when I post. And without further ado, let's get into the video. I'll pop it on screen, but the photo I'm going to be using is this one here. So I just took this in my bedroom just for this video, just so I had something to kind of show you guys. But the app I like to use first of all is Beauty Plus. This app is a lot like Facetune. It's a little bit different in ways that it's got different filters and different kind of stuff like that, but I just like to use this. This was the first app I found kind of that was like Facetune. I never really got on with Facetune. I never really knew how to use it. I can't really work it very well. I'm not very good at it. So this one was easy for me because it kind of had everything laid out in front of me a lot easier. It just allowed me to edit the way I wanted to. So this is the one I use. What you do is you open up the app, select the photo that you want to use. So obviously I'm going to choose the little selfie here. So the first thing I like to do is click the beautify tool, which is in the bottom left. This just generally gives your picture like a filter, and it kind of smooths out your skin and kind of brightens your eyes. It just does the whole shebang for you in one click. But I don't like to have it that high. You can see here if I adjust it, my face gets a lot thinner and a lot smaller, and we don't want to catfish anyone right now, so we're going to bring it all the way down. I normally have it about between 10 and 20 I have it on. So I'm going to go for 15, that's about right for me. And you can always see the before and after if you click the little like rectangle with the dotted lines in the bottom right corner. So you can see it's just brightened my picture a bit, and it's made my face a little bit smaller, but not so much that it looks like I've done it, you know what I mean? So I like to click the tick after that, and after that I'm going to go on the smooth tool, which is the next one in this app. There is a paid feature, but I don't use any of the paid features, I just use the free ones. So if you want to pay for it, that's fine, it gives you a little bit more stuff, but for me the free version is fine and plenty. So again, with the smooth tool, I don't like to overdo it. You can see if I bring it to 100, I'm really smooth and I have no lines on my face at all. I don't want to do that. I want to bring it all the way down. So I normally settle at about 20, between 20 and 30. So I normally go for about 24. So that's done for me. I always use automatic as well because I don't like to manually do it because I feel like sometimes I can overdo it. So after that, it's just scroll across here and I go on to tone. And here you can kind of change the shade of your face. So if you want to have a tan, then you can choose yourself to have a tan. Obviously I'm not going to have a tan because I am really pale and I don't want to give the impression that I've suddenly got this tan out of nowhere. So I normally go on the palest one just because it kind of suits my skin tone as it already is. Without it, it's a little bit dark, so I kind of want to bring it up a little bit just so it's a little bit nice and light. So I probably go for about 14 and that'll work for me. And if I do the before and after, you can just see I get a little bit paler, but it kind of works, you know. I click the tick after that and now I'm done with that one. Next thing I do is dark circles. So I like to remove the dark circles under my eyes because mine are so prominent. You know, especially at the moment with not getting enough sleep and whatnot. I don't want to overdo it again. I'd like to kind of have a little middle ground, so I probably do about 34, and you can see before and after it kind of just gets rid of any bags, although beforehand doing the beautify tool and the smoothing tool kind of takes care of that. So this is just like a little added bonus if you really want to get rid of the under eye bags. So I click the tick, so that bit's done. And I like to brighten my eyes as well, so if you click the brighten tool, again all automatic, finds the eye feature for you. And I don't want to have them too bright, you can see you can get really shiny, but we're just going to bring it down to about 20 I'd say, and that should do the trick. Just gives me a little bit of a shine but nothing too drastic. So I click the tick and that's all done. So if you see at the bottom, I'm going to click the beauty tool, and you can kind of see that you can change the colour of your lips, the colour of your eyebrows, the shape, the eyeshadow you're wearing, blush and hair dye. So I'm going to go on lipstick and I click the very first colour, PK01, and you can see it makes my lips very red if I have it all the way up, but I just like to take it to about 20 to 30, and you can see before and after it just gives a little bit of colour to my lips. So I'm going to click done. And normally as well I like to add just a little bit of a filter, which is the bottom here. So you click the three circles And the filter I normally go for is Ivory, and you can see it kind of brings out the colours a little bit, and it just kind of gives a little bit of a filter, and I click done. So now we're going to save that, and you can see it's saved, and from there you can share it if you want to, but we're going to edit it just a tiny bit more. So we come out of that app and we're going to go on to VSCO now. So obviously VSCO is a very popular editing app. People do post selfies onto VSCO, but I don't actually post anything onto VSCO. I just use it to edit photos. So now we've imported the picture I've just edited. I'm going to click the edit button in the bottom, and what I like to do is you can scroll along the filters like this, but I like to go onto the bit at the bottom here to click the bit where you can see them as grids. So if you go on here, there's a section up top that says for this photo, and it kind of shows you what filters look the best for the photo you're using. A lot of the filters though it recommends I don't really like. So I'm just going to have a little scroll and see. So normally I go for C1, which is this little one here, and this one is free. I don't like to have it too high, so I take it to about 3.3, so between the 3 and 4 section I normally have it, and I click done. And next we're going to adjust the exposure, so that's how bright you want your picture to be. So you can see I can be very, very pale, or we can take it all the way down and have like darkness. I like to normally go just a little bit, but for this particular photo, because it's already quite bright, I'm going to take it down a little bit, and we're going to rest it at -1.2. And the next one we're going to do is contrast. So I'm going to bring it up maybe just a little bit, just so the colours and the features pop a little bit. So I'm going to take it to +0.5, and we're going to click done. Next we're going to sharpen the image just to really highlight the features and bring out, you know, your eyes and your lips and stuff like that. So I'm going to take it up to about 1.9, and I'm going to leave it on there and click tick. And you can always check the before and after by tapping the image and holding it, so you can see this is the before and this is the after, and that's what it looks like at the moment. Next I like to change the saturation. So you can take it, if you take it all the way down, it takes away all of the colour, but if you take it all the way up, it adds a lot of colour. So I'm going to rest this at about 0.7 and click done. Next I like to change the tone of the photo. So I like to take away a lot of the highlights because I don't like to look really, really bright on my photos. So I'm going to plus the highlights at about 2.8, and you can see there it takes a very bright picture down and makes it a little bit darker. The shadows I don't really get rid of, so I just kind of leave that at 0 and click done. Next we're going to change the white balance. So this is where you change the temperature and the tint of the photo. I normally like to take it into the blue zone. So I'm going to go to about 0.9 I think. And then the tint I normally bring it into the pink. But for this particular photo, I think it's going to look better if I take it into the green slightly. So I'm going to go for about -0.6 on the green as well. And next we're going to go skin tone. So you can see if I take it all the way to the minus, it goes a bit pink. And if I take it all the way to the plus, it goes a bit yellow. So we're going to sit at about +0.7 for this one. And we're just going to do a quick before and a quick after to show you guys the current difference. And we're going to click tick, and that's all done. Next, I kind of like to go into the, I can never pronounce this word, vignette, I have no idea. I always used to call it vigente, but it's definitely not pronounced like that. So we're going to click that anyway. I like to take it just a little bit dark, so I like to normally go for about plus between 0 and 1. So I'm going for +0.6 just to give it a little bit of darkness, but nothing too major. We're going to click tick, and that's all done. And finally is the grain, and I like to bring that up to about 1.9. We're going to sit on 1.5 for this one because it's quite bright. The grain shows up a lot more, so I want to kind of keep it subtle. And before we save it, you can see the before and the after, and that is what we do on VSCO. And because this is a free filter, it lets you save it to the camera roll directly. But if you were to use a filter that wasn't free and you did want to save it, I normally just pop it into one of the editing stages, normally the tone one, just so you can see the full image, and I just screenshot it and crop it, and then I would use it like that. And so that is how I edit my Instagram photos. If you want to check my Instagram for the photo I've just edited, I'm going to upload it. You can check it here, and my Instagram is also in the description below. If you want to follow me, please do. It will be great to have you. So be sure to subscribe for more videos like this in the future, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys!